Good morning. In today's class, we'll learn about divide and conquer technique. Before knowing about divide and conquer technique, let's have some look at some these slides here. By looking at the slides, you can understand that in the first slide I have shown division of work. It is I am dividing the work into specialized tasks and assigning the responsibility to specific individuals. What is happening by this? So the work which is a bigger work is divided into smaller units and it is easily accomplished. By this we can save time and efforts. And in the second slide we can see here uh, another technique, that is divide and conquer technique. We already know where our country is divided by the Britishers and ruled by the Britishers by using the technique called divide and conquer. So all these techniques will make you realize that it's one of the strategy which is used to implement the division of work. That is, it is one of the important techniques. When we apply this to algorithms, it means that it is one of the important technique for solving certain types of problems. Divide and conquer is a technique to solve certain types of problems. It is a top-down design technique for designing algorithms that consists of dividing the problem into smaller sub-problems, hoping that the solutions of the sub-problems are easier to find, and then combine the partial solutions into solution of the original problem. That means a bigger problem or bigger work is divided into smaller sub-tasks, and that subtask is solved individually, and the solution to the individual task is combined together to get the solution to the original problem. This is the general technique called as divide and conquer. You can see here in this example also, a problem is divided into sub-problem, and that sub-problem you are finding the solution to the sub-problem and combining the result of the sub-problem to get the solution to the original problem. So the general method in solving a given problem is as follows. An instance of a given problem is divided into number of smaller instances of the same type and equal size. That is, the problem is broken into several sub-problems that are similar to original problem but smaller in size. This is often done recursively. All the smaller instances of the problems are solved. That is, solve the sub-problem recursively. Then third, the solution of all the sub-problems or smaller instances are combined together to get a solution to the original problem. This is divide and conquer. Now you can see the algorithm here. If the problem P is small enough to obtain a solution directly, the answer G of P is returned. Here, if the P is smaller, then return S of P. Otherwise, the problem instance P is divided into number of instances P1, P2, etc. Pk, where k greater than equal to 1. These problem instances are solved using divide and conquer recursively, and all the solutions are combined to get the solution to the original problem. More often, a problem instance of the size n is divided into two instances of size n by 2. If the problem P is small enough to obtain the solution directly, the answer S of P is returned. This is all about divide and conquer. It is a technique which is used to solve the problem, where a bigger problem is divided into number of smaller subproblems, and a solution to the smaller subproblem is find out, and that solution to the smaller subproblems are combined together to get the solution to the original subproblem. This technique of dividing and conquering or combining is called as divide and conquer technique.